Hi everyone, Brendan here. I've been a stranger around these here parts for the past week or so because I've been busy working on startup things and completing my application for accelerators. For those of you in the United States, I'm sure you realize this past weekend was Mother's Day. Worth mentioning for those of you outside the United States, since it's one of those holidays that happens to hop around a little bit. My family managed to get together and have dinner together, which is not an easy feat to coordinate, but that's why I am a leader on and off the clock. My mother mentioned to me while we were gathering that she has enjoyed getting back into a hobby that she hasn't been able to carve out time for since before she became a mother. She just dove right back into this hobby, and now she's experiencing some challenges with her garden. And she recently purchased a book to overcome those challenges and get things back on track, to which I said, or you could ask AI for help. In fact, it might be as simple as snapping a photo and directing Google Gemini to provide advice on overcoming her current issues and challenges. This was an interaction that jump-started my next innovative ideation session to begin crafting another business concept that I'd be able to share with you. So let me begin by asking you, is book learning becoming a problem? Don't get me wrong, I do very much value independent research. In fact, that's where a lot of these ideas that I share with you here on LinkedIn come from. Therefore, I value your feedback and the discussions that you provide. But think about it. You have a pressing matter that could derail your investment in a new hobby. Book learning, in the sense that it could require you to go find a quality information source, possibly wait for it to arrive if you order it online, and then finding the information in the book, as well as processing that information enough to learn it and put it to use. Can we agree that in some cases we need a more immediate solution than book learning? What if in these high pressure, high risk situations, there was a curated source of information to get instructions in real time? What if that service could actually be the best of both worlds, offering expert advice when needed and providing a guided learning experience over time, could even be in a book format? And last but not least, what if you could share your feedback as well as benefit from the insights of others that share your hobby, as well as get advice from respected professionals in that space? If you're watching this, I'm hypothesizing that you probably are an independent learner. So imagine having a book or a course that is able to evolve and expand its body of knowledge. And over time, it can become hyper-personalized and learn what your needs are, where you are, and understand how to help you to better enjoy your hobby. It's a bit like Miss Frizzle says, take chances, make mistakes, get dirty, have fun doing your hobby. Therefore, I think that there should be an AI assistant for something like my mother's hobby, where you want to jump in, you want to participate, you want to do it right now, but you also enjoy the learning experience of broadening your horizons and learning more about something that fascinates you on multiple levels. So it's true, I think I've demonstrated it satisfies a good fit for an AI assistant, but why am I sharing this with you on LinkedIn? Because it doesn't exactly sound like the greatest business proposition, but when you think about it, for this particular hobby that a lot of people practice, there's the potential of having a subscription AI assistant app. There certainly are affiliate marketing opportunities to sell products related to the hobby. Because the corpus can grow organically, you could publish a book even that you would publish on an annual, biannual, or even quarterly basis. And last but not least, you could create a website for blogging and vlogging, and therefore even sell advertising space. Additionally, I could even see opportunities to have an IoT device, as well as you could sell some of the byproduct from doing the hobby. In the case of my mother, innovation doesn't have to be suited and booted. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to produce tens, hundreds of millions, maybe billions of dollars. She is planning to retire in the next 10 years or so, and having 6, maybe even 7 figures of income from your hobby would be a nice way to help to enjoy your retirement. Sometimes innovation means that you can take a 21st century AI-powered approach to doing something traditional, something that hasn't changed in decades, or to be honest with you, over a century, and organically creating ways to grow your pie and sharing it with other users. I think I am going to go ahead and help to build this. In this way, I'll be helping to make good on the promise of technology, which is to help make people's lives, lived experiences, more rewarding. In this case, I could build an AI assistant that will help to bring me closer to my mother, and then we might be able to share it with other people in the world who share her hobby. To wrap up, I definitely did not intend for this to become a business concept. This actually started as a independent research exercise for me to explore a little bit more about how a corpus can grow organically, which is a little bit different than what I've seen in e-commerce where it gets updated programmatically. And because a corpus can grow organically, that means REG can offer more value. This was a really good intellectual learning opportunity, and it also gave me a chance to evaluate how you could build products that leverage existing publications, and you can establish your knowledge base without plagiarizing or copyright infringement. Hope you enjoyed this upload. It was a bit more of a personal journey, if you will, and an opportunity to also explore how AI gives life to a new type of, let's call it, lifestyle entrepreneurship. I would very much like to get your questions or your thoughts in the comments. If nothing else, feel free to share how your family celebrated Mother's Day. And until next time, stay creative, keep ideating, and always work to make the world a better place.